Hey auction lovers, welcome to January 15th's online industrial, commercial, and tool auction walkthrough on smithauctions.com. We got a ton of stuff for you today, so buckle up and let's get started. First off, we have an unused fiberglass entry door that's 80 inches by 71 inches. Moving on from there, we have a 1964 Chevy 283 engine. After that, we have a couple of nice poly trailers for yard work. Next to the poly trailers, we have a 1969 Lincoln 460 with transmission that has approximately 60,000 miles on it per seller. Right behind that, we also have a 2005 Jeep Liberty Sport transmission that has approximately 147,000 miles on it and does work per seller. To follow that up, we have 3 sets of 2 Honda EB 3000C generators that all work per seller. Moving on, we have a Honda trash pump that also works per seller. After that, we have many lots of poly pallets in sizes of 15, 16, and 17 pallets each. After that, we have a Vertec M72 baler that's 240 volt 3-phase, and it worked when it was taken out, according to the seller. Campbell Housefeld air compressor that's 240 volt 3-phase, and also worked when it was removed. To follow that up, we have a pallet of 5-gallon buckets along with plastic containers and lids. After that, we have 8 lots of dunnage sold by the pallet, and then 4 pallets of assorted plywood. Next to that, we have 4 lots of 2 steel crates each that are approximately 47 inches by 24 inches by 36 inches. Moving on to the other side of the aisle, we have a Clark Technology floor cleaner that works per seller. Next to that, we have a really nice barrel stove, along with 2 sets of tires, Goodyear Wranglers LT275 65 R20s on Ford 8-bolt rims, along with a set of 4 Pirelli Scorpion 235 50s R18s. Following that up, we have 2 sets of 2 work tables that are both approximately 8 feet by 30 inches by 34 inches. Next up, we have 6 conveyor sections, 4 that are 9 feet by 4 feet, and 2 that are 54 inches by 4 feet, and it also has extra rollers. After that, we have 3 different sized metal cabinets. Next up, we have a Ryobi 10-inch table saw that works per seller. Right down from that, there is a DeWalt 12-inch compound miter saw that also works per seller. Following that up, we have a Cycle County sprayer with extra hoses and wands. Next up, we have a lot of assorted automotive brake lines. Back to the front of the aisle, we have 6 matching outdoor light fixtures. After that, we have a 14.25-inch saddle that's in really nice condition. After that, we have 3 lots of 2 shelf units each that are approximately 36 inches by 18 inches by 85 inches tall. Next to that, we have a 100-pound LP tank. Moving to the front of the aisle, we have an oxyacetylene torch with regulators, tank, and dolly. Moving to the back of the aisle, we have a heat buster fan with spare motor that does work per seller. After that, we're going to move back to the front of the aisle for a Makita 10-inch table saw, model 2703, that works per seller. Next up, we have a Champion air compressor with a 5-horsepower Dayton motor. And lastly, for this auction, we're going to cover 2 Polaris snowmobiles, a 1984 Polaris Indy Trail snowmobile that starts and runs, and a 1998 Polaris XLT snowmobile that also starts and runs. And that's all we're going to cover for this auction. But if you want to see your stuff on our auction and maybe recoup some of that money you spent on Christmas, be sure to bring your stuff in. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. for drop-off.